This is the plaintiff, Carla Cardwell. She says she's known the defendant for 30 years, and after he got out of jail, she helped him out. She loaned him money to repair his car. She gave him cash when he needed it, and he owes her almost $1,400, which is what she's suing him for today. This is the defendant, Jeffrey White. He says he and the plaintiff almost got married, but she ultimately got cold feet. He's moved on and is now married to someone else, and the plaintiff's jealous and is now claiming the money that exchanged hands between them were loans when they most certainly were not. Oh, her? No way. He's accused of dissing an ex.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated, come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Carla Cardwell,
Yes,
you are suing Jeffrey White, who you used to date.
Yes,
Okay. You knew him for how long?
About 30 years.
So he was a family friend?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. You were in custody, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
How long were you in custody?
13 years.
13 years. What was the charge?
Aggravated robbery.
Aggravated robbery?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there guns involved?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You got out of custody when?
March the 6th of 2018.
All right. And you two connected after he got out of prison, correct?
He messaged me on the messenger, and that's where, in July
Okay.
of 2018.
So when do you start dating?
Around the end of July.
Okay. And how long do you date for?
November, till
All right.
November.
Now, during that time, you loaned him some money, according
Yes,
to
ma'am.
you. And how much money did you loan him?
Altogether, it was 14,
Well, let's talk about the cash first. When did you loan
500
him?
cash.
All at once?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when did you do that?
It was August the 6th.
And how do you know the date?
I have my receipt right here, my bank statement.
Oh, your bank statement from
Yes,
taking
ma'am.
it out. All right, and why did he need the money?
Well, he was working a temporary job, and he had to ride the van to work, so he was tired of riding the van and just wanted his own transportation.
So how was $500 going to help?
Well, I told him that's all I was giving him, and he would have to get the rest himself.
All right, did you
That's
have him
all I
sign
was-
anything?
No, ma'am.
Are there any texts between the two of you?
No,
Okay.
Just a verbal.
So you did you tell him he had to pay you back?
yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you give him a time frame to pay you
No,
back?
ma'am.
You just said when you can pay me
Yeah.
back? All right. And then there's another time when, according to you, you used your credit card at Firestone to pay for repairs to what?
To the car that he purchased.
Okay. And that was how much later?
The first one was $230.19.
And that was when?
That was August the 20th, a little bit after he purchased the car.
Okay.
And then the second one was August the 27th, and that was 701.40.
Okay. So that's where you get the total of $1,381.59. You
Yes.
date him from August to November. Does he make any payments?
He made me 2 payments of $25, 2 money orders.
All right. And when are those money orders from?
I don't remember.
Do you have copies of them?
No.
All right. Do you remember roughly when he made those payments? Is it after you broke up or before you broke up?
Oh, yeah, it was before.
It's while you were dating.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would this topic come up a lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And why exactly did you guys break up?
I don't know.
He broke
he
up
wanted
or
to
you
marry
broke
me,
up?
and I wouldn't do it because
He
he's
wanted to
Muslim.
marry you and
Yeah.
you wouldn't do it. Why did he want to marry you?
Because he said he wanted a Muslim wife, and I'm not Muslim.
Okay. All right. Let me hear your version of things.
Basically what you've already described, Judge. She told me that she would give me $500 and she didn't want it back. I offered to pay it back. She said, no, that's just yours. She said, I've been with guys before that, and I've watched them struggle, and I don't want to see you struggle. I said, no problem. So that went towards a down payment on a used car, used car. And so,
What's a used car?
well, the car that's, the lot that is somewhere further down the line from the used lot.
Got it.
And so, basically, the car was junk, and I had no problem with that. So they gave me another one, another junk car. So before
Now,
that,
at some point, you get her credit card to have repairs
Right.
done.
So before
Are you
that-
saying those were gifts too?
before that, Judge, the car, we needed to get a battery and we needed to get brakes, what we're talking about today.
Who's we?
Well, I did.
You?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you got a frog in your pocket?
No.
Yeah, okay.
I did.
All right.
And so I told her, don't put it on the card. I mean, we could have a shade tree mechanic do this because Firestone is going to kill you. So, not literally, but,
Right.
figuratively. So she said no, and I don't want you. I want something with a guarantee, precious cargo. So I said, no problem,
And are you suggesting that you weren't supposed to pay her back for that either?
No, that I was going to pay her back for.
Okay, have you paid her
And
back for that?
This is the glitch. The 500, well, she said she didn't want back. The 700, I started trying to pay her back.
Well, $881.59.
Okay, well, the figure she gave me was 700. That's why I kept repeating 700.
Okay, can I see the Firestone bill? She says there were 2 times that you used it. Does that sound right?
No, ma'am. It's only once. It's only once in one day. I believe it was back in August of 18.
And you're saying that's not true?
No, because he was coming home from work and something broke on the car and he called me that morning and that's the second payment.
Okay, so there was one for 700. That's what she was, quote,
That's
always
the last
talking about.
one.
That was apparently it was printed on 9/5. Oh, no, it was printed for court. All right, that was incurred on 8/27 of 2018.
Yes, ma'am.
And then this one's previous to that. This one's on 8/20. That's for $230. That is also in your name.
Yes, ma'am. Are they both from, my question is, are they both from Firestone?
Yeah.
I was only at Firestone one day, ma'am.
Okay, now I'm going to show you, and it's the same car. There's 2 bills from Firestone for your car.
I agree.
Okay, you remembered?
I remember now.
Oh, so is your memory about everything else as good as your memory on these 2 things? Because that
remember
didn't
now.
work out so well.
I won't
All right,
belabor the point.
So now she says that under no circumstances was she just giving you the 500. And you say, yes, she was, because we were dating, and she's just mad now. Why?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Would you loan somebody that you knew for 30 years money?
Sure, why not? I knew him for 30 years. If I trust him, I would.
Okay, so the person in question just got out of jail and needs to buy a car. Would you loan him money?
What was he in jail for?
Well, that's a good question.
I honestly don't know.
You what?
I honestly don't know.
Well, that's actually pretty fair. What do you say?
I would say put it in writing. Absolutely get a contract. Speak to my in-laws.
Even if it's 30 years, you would not do it without getting it in writing.
Yes.
You are a smart woman.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Going inside the courtroom.
She didn't want to be getting married be married. I wanted to be married. She drug her feet. The bottom line was she said the 500 I don't want back.
I know, but why would she lie about that now? You think she's jealous because you married someone else?
Yes, because eventually my sister passed away about a month ago. And she offered to let me come down and stay at her house. And I got in touch.
Because that's the city where your sister passed away.
We haven't been in touch with each other for a while. And so when my sister passed away, I called her and let her know that my sister had passed. And because she knows the whole family. And so I said, I'm coming in town. And she said, well, you can stay at my house. And I'm thinking that was going to be awkward because I got to bring my wife. So she said, well, I get off work, but what you going to do before I get home from work? I said, well, I think I'm going to just not come to Columbus, Ohio. I'm just going to remember my sister as she was. Then she says, well, I'm getting tired of people playing with me about my money. I'm going to call a lawyer friend of mine and find out how I can get my money. I said, well, you told me I didn't owe you anything.
You don't have any text back and forth between the 2 of you?
No, ma'am.
No. Do you?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
But that's not true, what he said about his sister. He texted me and told me that his sister passed away. I asked him to let me know if there's anything I could do for him. He asked me for $50 for gas to come. I Cash Apped it to him.
Did that happen?
I have the Cash App right here.
She did. Yes, she did. She did.
You don't have good memory about stuff.
She
You're
did.
like,
Okay, so
oh,
then,
yeah, that happens.
so then
All
he
right.
didn't come, and I told him he could stay there. He doesn't really kind of get along with his family, so I knew that he wouldn't have any place to stay. So I did offer him to stay there. He didn't say anything about bringing his wife because he said they weren't together anymore. I don't know her, but
So then you
So then he
Cash App him.
didn't
The guy
come.
owes you $1,400 and you Cash App him? So
because I mean his sister, I know his
Okay.
family, and I know he don't have a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So you Cash App him and then he returns the money to
He
you?
did return the 50 because I told him, I said, I need that back. He returned that back, but then he asked me for another 75.
For real?
Yeah, I have that right here too.
Okay, and what did you say?
And I said, that's when I said, no, I'm not giving you any more money. I do have that text right here.
Yeah, let me see that. Did you seriously try to hit her up for 75 after that?
Right after that.
Once again, she offers. And
No, I
then
did not.
Wait, we'll see the text right now. Did
Yes,
you
I
did
did
you
not.
ask her for 75
Yes, ma'am,
bucks?
I did.
He actually sent me a receipt of his rent. Why, I don't know.
Let me see the text.
So that's the copy of his rent, and this is the text.
Do you have any proof that this was a gift, the $500? Like anything at all? Any witnesses? Anything that would? Because normally people don't shower money on each other. I've decided not to send you any more money until you make an effort to pay me back what you. Is there anything? Did you screenshot anything he said?
No.
Okay. So then there's a request from him for 75 bucks for gas for the week. Repay the 13th. I would gladly pay you tomorrow for a hamburger today. Okay. She sounds like somebody who was trying to help you out. I agree. But there's two kinds of helping you out. One is to loan you money that you're supposed to pay back. And another is to give you stuff and money. I am concerned because you weren't even sure how many times you took her credit card. And then you say, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to pay her back. So this is stuff you know you're supposed to pay her back for. And you don't even remember that there's two bills about it. I don't think you're really concerned about when you have to pay people back. Furthermore, she's giving you credit for $50 for two payments that you made. Why would you make those two payments if you're not supposed to pay her back?
Because I agreed to pay her back, Judge.
Okay, so you're saying that was for the $700 bill? Or
Yes,
whatever.
ma'am.
Okay, I got
And then when we...
all right, so why haven't you paid her back all this time later?
Because
And
she
why are you
told-
hitting up somebody who you already owe all this money to for more money?
As I stated in my statement, Judge, she said that don't bring it up again. I've already paid it off. And I said, no problem. I told her because my jobs got sporadic. I said, I still owe you for the breaks. Then she said, when she gets mad, she amalgamates the whole
Can
thing
I just
together.
ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
If you know you owe somebody for the breaks, why are you hitting them up for another 75?
Because she sent me the 50 and we was talking again. I said I needed to get back to work.
Okay. You know what, Mr. White? What you need to do is to pay your bills. I am going to order you to pay her the entire $1,381.59.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff prevails. She's going to get back just under $1,400. Mr. White, you seem to have some memory problems out there.
Especially when people say you forget about it, so you forget about it.
And you do.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
She said don't worry about it. She won't talk about it again, and so I forgot about it. I mean, but I was not going to lie when I had to be asked about it again. So glad it's over with.
I don't think you'll be borrowing any more money from her.
No, not at all.
Do you see her? I mean,
No, not at all.
It's over. Okay,
Yes,
good enough.
thank you, sir.
very much. Okay. All right, Ms. Cardwell. You're going to get your money.
No, thank you.
Are you going to keep lending money to people like
No,
this?
that's it. I'm done. Well, never say never, but I don't plan on it.
You're tapped out.
I'm pretty tapped out.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Good enough.
Have a good day.
Okay. Harvey?
Well, she is so right. I mean, if you are loaning money to a friend or a relative, it's more important than a stranger to get something in writing. And what you can do is you just send a confirming email or text saying, hey, thanks a lot. I was happy to loan you the money. Pay me back by X date and everything's square. That will do it.